questions about this, and it's like there's definitely trade-offs to everything, but this one in particular, I feel like it's not one that I personally like that much because, like I was saying before, like when I do this, if he's smart and I start going back, I'm just gonna be in his knee shield now, and so it's kind of annoying. Like I don't like to be there at all. Um, so again, it's just an option, an easy one to start the class. This one is actually it's got to be one of the best half guard sweeps because everybody does it, and that's like a good thing to keep in mind. It's like if everybody does something, there's a reason for that. Like if every school you go to, everyone's doing that move, it's because it works, and so that's the thing you want to spend the most time on. And this is the one everybody does. Um, okay, so this one is it works really well if the guy is kind of driving into me. It's like a lot of newer people when they don't know how to deal with the knee shield, they'll just like put a lot of pressure and they try to like smash through it. And they're not gonna do that, but they don't know. And so what I'm gonna do here, so Connor calls this watertight. Keep your arm to your body here like a watertight seal because I don't want him to get this underhook. Just in general, like whoever gets this underhook is kind of like winning the battle. And so if this happens, I need to swim in right away. Like if he starts to go, like this is kind of a battle that'll happen. Like he'll start digging, right? And I want to always be making sure I have the inside space and keeping this to my leg so that there's no space for him to get that hand in. So when I'm ready, it's kind of like a rubber band. Like I'm gonna be pushing him back, and when I feel like he's driving into me, I'm gonna just straighten my leg and go underneath. You see how that it's like a kazushi? Like I push back, he pushes into me, and when I feel like I'm ready, I'm just gonna shoot my leg with my hand attached underneath. And notice I'm going high here. That's kind of important. Let's turn this way. I don't want to just half-ass it and just kind of go like this because if he's smart, he's gonna pull this out. Like you're gonna swim this around, like pull this out and then go for yeah. And then I'm back in the same battle. And it's like, oh, I gotta battle this again. There's a whole bunch of things like that that can happen. So when I do this, I'm kind of moving myself under. You see, like right now, my head is kind of out here. I want to get under here, ideally, and no space, right? So you can't like swim that arm in. You shouldn't have any space to do that kind of. Yeah, it's like you're not even gonna get in there now, right? My ear is against his chest here. There's a lot of details of this one. Sorry. All right, so I'm pushing, right? He pushes back. I shoot in, and I'm thinking about putting my pinky even like up on the back of his head, and I want to get real close to his chest. I'm posted on my hand here, and what I would like to do is come up onto my knees. So if you look here, his knee on the mat here is splitting my legs. So if I try to turn, it's like his legs in the way, right? I need to get this bottom leg out. See, he's not even being heavy, and it's like annoying to get this bottom leg out, right? So that's my next goal. So the way I'm going to do that, you're driving in, or I'm pushing you back. You're driving in. I go in here deep. I'm going to take this. Let's turn this way. What I'm doing with my legs. I'm going to take my outside leg here and drag his leg this way, like kind of pull my heel to my butt. And if you, I don't know how you can see this, but it kind of turns his hips away from me. And what that does is it makes this knee really light. So then when I just come up and I can just take it out. Does that make sense? Like when his leg is here, he's strong. When I pull it this way, it starts to turn his hips that way, and it's really easy to get your leg out. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning again. So I'm kind of pushing with my leg. I want him to push back into me, right? When I feel like I'm ready to go, shoot, get real deep, get real high. This foot here drags out. Now I should be able to take this leg out. And good to staple this. Get up on this leg. Like whoever's higher is generally going to win this. Turn this way so you can see. And this is the dogfight position. This is all we're doing for this class. But like in real life, I would be grabbing this knee and running over and getting on top. I'm not supposed to teach that part yet. It's probably another class. So just for today, start with your knee shield. I would do like a higher knee shield for this one because I'm trying to make space. I want him to think like, I want him to kind of drive into me. When I'm ready, yep, he's going to be digging. I'm going to shoot, get real deep. See how my head is below his? That's good. My outside leg is going to drag his leg to the outside. Now I can come up. Probably a good idea to post on this. And then just start, post on your foot. whoever's got the leg, like if his leg is down and mine's up, I have way more pressure to drive him. But this is dog fight. That makes sense? This is the more complicated one. There's definitely a bunch of little details here. But we'll come around as usual. You guys want to see it again or questions? Okay. See if we can break this down to simple steps. So, in my knee shield, when I'm ready to go, I'm shooting this through. And I'm kind of like turning the corner here. Posting on my hand. I want to be real tight against his body. Actually, once I'm here, I can switch my grip here. I don't have to keep it up high. Usually that first shoot is just to get myself under him. I can switch my grip here now. My outside leg drags on his foot to kind of turn his hips. And now you'll feel this when you come up. It's super easy to get your leg out. Staple and come up on your foot. Then you're ready to go to the next thing, whenever that comes.
Which leg drags?
The outside one. Yeah. So I'm here. Like this one's always kind of hooking here. But this outside one's not really doing anything. So I'm going to bring it inside and see how actually, that's a good point. Here's a good mistake people will make. Don't do this. So see how I'm hooking his leg here? Don't do this and then this, right? Because there's a window for him to get out, right? Yes. So I'm going to keep this here, drag this over like that. So he never has that chance to get out. Now it's easy to come out. Staple, tap on the leg. We don't have to drive in, but that's usually the next step. Make sense? That's a complicated one. All right, on 3. 1, 2.